So basically, all what I wanted to know is your guys' story before us, starting with what made you decide to join the military. I know it was through the military that you met Mom.
Hmm.
So what made you decide to go to the recruiting center and stuff?
Well, the biggest reason was I wanted a career, not just a job. I had lots of jobs, but I wanted a career. And I wanted to do something more than just work for somebody. I wanted to do something that meant a little bit more to me. And my dad was in the military, and I thought it would be a good, he would be proud of me if I joined too. I didn't tell him I was going down. I just decided on my own that I would go down and see the recruiting center. So I went down and visited the recruiting center, and they happened to be, you know, looking for what I wanted to do. I initially wanted to fly, but I had classes, so they told me that I couldn't do that. So, but they asked me if I wanted to, would I consider working on airplanes? And I enjoyed working on cars, so I said, yeah. So I took a bunch of courses. I took up some aptitude training and some medicals, and they phoned and asked me if I could be in basic training on, I think it was the 23rd of October, 1979. So
And then you went to the airport and they just flew you out.
I went down to Charlottetown, so I was living in Summerside. I stayed at a hotel. I went in and did some medicals, and then when I said I would be there, they sent me a plane ticket. My parents drove me to the airport, put me on a plane. That was in October, and I flew over to Nova Scotia, over to Halifax. I had to stay overnight at the barracks in Stadacona, which is a Navy base in Halifax. And that's where I met my buddy Mark Flan.
Oh, yeah.
And so then we got up the next morning. We walked to the bus station, him and I, and we drove the bus. We drove on the bus down to Cornwallis together. Then I went to the gate, and then everything in my life changed after that. And they started yelling at me and told me to get a haircut and stop talking funny. And
Talking like a newfie.
it was good. That's when I was that was when I joined.
And then so, how did you guys? Was it Rick? Did you meet Rick in the military, or was it? Did you know Darlene before? Because I know that's how you guys met.
I knew
You can
Rich.
pop pipe into it if you have.
I met
Rich.
I met Rich Lancaster when I got on Snowbirds in 1991. He was on already. He was on the 1990 team. So we got paired up after I made a team. I get paired up to fly with him. And there was one time in Moose Jaw, Darlene, which was his girlfriend, came to visit Rich, and they came to my place for dinner one night, and we kind of hung out together, and I thought nothing of it, you know. Then Rich never mentioned anything more about anything to me, and then there was just one time,
Well, Darlene never mentioned anything to me either.
no,
No, because it was months before.
yeah. So then I remember landing in landing in Hamilton, and we were taxiing. We were supposed to park on a taxiway, because they do that for air shows. So there was 9 of us, and we were taxiing down the taxiway, and we were going to, all 9 of us were going to turn left to our parking spots. So I normally look left to make sure that there's nothing coming before Rich makes the turn. And I looked left, and I seen Darlene walking, and I seen another person with Darlene.
That was
Another
me.
person had big legs like that, eh? So I said to Rich, I put my mask on, and I said, Rich, I said, there's Darlene. I said, who's the girl with her with the sticks? meaning big legs, eh? And Rich looked and he goes, I think she's for you, Ed.
So Rich said nothing to him, but only a few days before, Darlene said, "Oh, you come to Hamilton for the air show. We're gonna have a whole bunch of people from med school come, and we'll all kind of hang out and meet Rich and watch the show." And she said, you have to come. You have to come. I got a guy. Do I have a guy for you?" She said. And she said his name is Ed, and he's really into working out, and he's a really nice guy, and
She met me once.
yeah, yeah. But she never said anything about him to me until days before. But she had met him like maybe 2 months before or something. It wasn't right before. And I said, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure, I'll come." And then, a bunch of friends like Steve and Wendy from Medicine came, and Jim came. I don't think he had anyone with him at that time. Jim came. Who else came? Did Chris and Jason
Chris
come?
and Jason came.
Chris and Jason came. So a bunch of my close friends from Medicine came, and their spouses, girlfriends, whatever, boyfriend. And I don't think anyone was married at that time. Actually, they all ended up.
Steve and Wendy were married.
I don't think so. I'm not sure. They might have been just. I'm not sure. Yeah. So.
Steve and Diane?
No. They might have come. Yeah. So a bunch of us came and we ate out at some restaurant.
Yeah. Mickey's Pub.
Yeah, and Darlene's parents were there too, and we all stayed in the hotel. I think Darlene's parents
Yeah,
and
we stayed at the
yeah.
It was a Hilton or something in Hamilton.
So we had a great time. We talked all night at the restaurant and danced and had fun and yeah. And then
So when did you guys actually start going out?
So that would have been in June-ish. 1991? June? 91, right?
91. Yeah.
Of June of 91. Yeah, see, it wasn't anything real official going out at that time. We just kind of saw each other when he was close, like if he was at an air show.
I remember the next time I called you, I was in Kenora. We were going to Ottawa.
Mm-hmm.
So I called you. I remember waiting in the lobby, and I remember going over to the payphone. You had cell phones then. I went over to the payphone and called you. And I said, we're coming into Ottawa.
Yes.
Because we had a day off, that was Canada Day weekend.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
And we stayed at the Venture Inn right on the 417 there. Remember?
Yep.
Right down from the Y, and you said, okay, we can go work out at the Y.
Yeah, across the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know I had a day off, and so I flew into Ottawa. We did a flyby over the tower, over the Peace Tower, and like did what we call a Canada burst. We did out of the tower, and then we came. Then Mom and I went out for.
Like I drove from Toronto.
Yeah, she drove up from Toronto.
Yeah.
And then Mom.
We hung out.
We hung out all weekend. Yeah. I remember. We walked around Ottawa on Canada Day, and then we went to Regano's in the market.
Yeah.
Regano's Italian restaurant right in the market. And then we watched the fireworks over at
that hill.
Yeah, right behind the Parliament building on the north side of the Parliament building.
Okay.
So,
well, technically the east side.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, like closer to Hull.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, so we watched that, and then that was only like maybe 2 or 3 weeks after Hamilton, and then I don't know, I think we saw each other a few times.
Yeah, anytime I was in Southern Ontario, because we seen each other in London. When I was in London, you came to London.
Yeah, that's true.
And you came to, I was in Barrie, so I would go down there. I'd go to Toronto.
Yeah. And then after that, then the following year, I would say it was the following year, so I think it was his second year, it was kind of May, I would say, ish, of when you came to Trenton that time, of 1992, that was kind of where we were going to start dating, if you want to call it.
Yeah, because you met Grandpa then.
You met Grandpa.
I met Grandpa.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Double. That was in Double.
Well,
East Side Mario's.
Yeah, that's where we met.
Yeah. The one at Quinny Mall?
Yeah.
Yep.
The big red light like
Yeah.
right up?
Yes, that one.
I know exactly where we were sitting.
Yeah, and my dad drove from Ottawa and I drove from Toronto. Because I think that's when we thought we were going to, be together for a few months.
More than a day or two?
More than. So that's when I say we started going out, if you want to say a date, kind of. So that was over a year later, or almost a year later. And then we started dating, and then I went to Moose Jaw for my electives in November of '92.
We had
November,
lots of
December.
places after that. Like
Oh
she came
yeah,
to California with me. She went to like
yeah, yeah.
we
That
went to
was
California down to LA. Was it LA? We went to
no
San
San
Francisco. San
Francisco.
Francisco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we saw each other all throughout, but it was always apart. But I think we kind of like said that we're more officially dating,
Yeah.
like to be with only one person.
Yeah.
And then when I was up in Moose Jaw for my elective for 2 months, that's when he proposed to me.
Yeah, well, tell me that story. I don't know if I've ever heard it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Well, we were in.
you had already,
I'd already bought the ring.
and tell him when you bought it, because I don't know
I
exactly.
bought it in Toronto,
Yeah, I wasn't with you.
and
This wing right here.
yeah, I bought it at People's Jewelers at the Eaton Center in Toronto.
What time of year about? Was it
It was after the.
CNE?
It was
Maybe.
CNE
CNE.
September, right?
Yeah, well, late August, early September. Yeah, it
Uh,
goes for like 2 weeks almost, I think.
when did you come out for your elective?
November 1st, or close to.
Yeah, it was at the end of the show season,
Mm-hmm.
or was it when I went at the end of the season when you went back? 'Cause you had to study for midterms or exams.
Oh, and you had nothing to do.
So
So he goes and buys him one.
Oh, I'm just gonna go buy a ring. Yeah, you know,
Well,
keep myself busy.
What am I gonna do? I'm gonna buy a
I
ring.
knew that she was
I
coming.
have no idea when he bought it.
I had a job. I had a new job back in Moose Jaw,
Mhm.
and I know that. So well, when we were watching a movie or watching a hockey game or something, and I proposed in the living room. I said, "Let's make a plan," because we're talking about our lives together. And I said, "Well, let's make a plan." She goes, "Okay, let's make a plan." So then
And I like plans.
yeah. So I went into my bedroom and I got on my top drawer. I had this ring sitting there for the last couple of months. So I asked her to marry me, and she said yes. And she called her dad, and I don't know who else she called. Darlene, I think.
Yeah, maybe, probably. Yeah, probably.
And then,
Yeah.
so then we started making a plan.
Yeah.
Here it is, 25 years later.
Yep. So that was the 92, and then we got married in
93.
July of 93. Yeah. So
What was Grandpa's reaction? Was he happy or?
I think he was happy.
Yeah, he was
Oh
happy.
yeah, he was
Yeah,
happy.
he was happy.
Like his little girl being married. He knew Tanya would never get married, and still hasn't. So clearly.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
the marriage thing was a thing for him, right? He liked that.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. He was only concerned that he didn't have to pay for it.
Well, I suppose we gotta pay for this now, eh?
Something like that.
Yeah, we didn't have an expensive wedding, no.
No, we paid for
We
it.
paid
so.
for it ourselves. We didn't go on a honeymoon or anything, so
Oh, really?
nope. Well, we went on a trip. A trip, I'd call it. It's not a honeymoon because we had Ashley, so that's not a honeymoon.
Oh, we went to night ball.
Yeah, yeah, like for about 4 or 5 days, and we
Yeah.
did some like things, but it wasn't really a honeymoon, right? So we didn't really go on a honeymoon technically until we went away when just Jason, Shane, and yourself were around. Remember we went
You
away?
guys went to
Mexico.
Yeah.
Mexico.
So first, that was our first.
Yeah, for Naomi, but they
Nope.
didn't set you.
Wasn't it? Wasn't somebody from Katunga daycare?
That was the
Or
second
Patricia
time.
or
That was
something?
the second time. The first time.
No, it was the first time. The second time was your 40th.
First time was my 40th. We never went away before my 40th.
Oh, right. He's
That
right.
was the first time.
And that was Dave and Naomi.
Naomi. And the second time was Debbie or Patricia or somebody from daycare.
Yeah, I feel like we had Debbie and Patricia.
Yeah.
Separate times, or maybe they were both.
Yeah, maybe.
That was with Amanda though, because I remember Patricia had known Amanda. That one I remember.
The first time was Dave and Naomi because
Yeah.
we were playing cards over there.
Yeah.
And then they said, "Why don't you guys go away?" We said, "We can't. We got nowhere to look after the kids." Naomi goes, "Duh."
I'll take care. We'll take care of them. Oh,
We're down at your
really?
house. You guys got a hot tub. We'll move right into your house. We had a hot tub in our bedroom.
Oh, hot tub, like a jacuzzi. Yeah. So that's
Oh,
our
yeah.
story.
That's it. That's how we got
That's
together.
how we
That's
got together.
Now here we are.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you guys moved to Belleville because of the military, and then I know you guys were in that little townhouse on,
Hmm. So were you, by the way.
yeah, for like the first 10 months. Then, like, was it there that you guys decided, you know what, let's have more than one of these and decide to move
Yeah.
to Sherwood?
Yeah, we always knew we
We're all gonna buy a
wanted
house.
to buy a house.
We didn't own that house on the
Yeah,
property.
we rented it, so we were kind of, I think, looking, and it
We
was,
were looking the whole time when
Yeah.
we moved there. We just
Yeah.
weren't in a position to buy when we first moved
Mhm.
to Belleville. So we rented this place
Mhm.
off a guy who worked for CN, or no, Via. Or
Mhm.
worked for Via.
Mhm.
Then a year later, we bought a house. We were up at the mall. We're looking. We always looked at the
Listings. Yeah.
listings
Yeah.
area of the mall, and it was Joni Hopkins was her name. She
Yeah.
was at the mall that time, and
Yeah.
we just talked to her, and then I think she found this listing on Progress because she knew it was.
Yeah. We said what we were looking for and what price range, because I think also I hadn't started when we came. I had you, and then I was off, so I wasn't really making money or very much money. So I mean, we weren't really a two income family for
Mhm.
most of that rental part too, and it was a sudden move, like meaning it was a sooner move. So it was, wanted to find something quick, find a rental, and then figure out where where he was going to be for sure, and what I was going to be doing for sure, because I was still in residency. I was when I first moved. I moved. I had you 3 months after we moved there,
Mhm.
and you were born in Belleville, and then I was off for 6 months with
Yeah.
you as an infant.
Yeah.
So I wasn't making hardly anything. So yeah, it's hard to buy a house when
Mm,
your income isn't high, especially a bigger house that has three. That one had what, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, no, 3 bedroom.
three up. We had one in the
Yeah,
basement.
yeah, yeah. Right. So we had room for
Yeah. Nobody slept downstairs. So nobody because there was no bathroom downstairs.
yeah, yeah. So
I used to sleep there when I was working midnight shift. I used to
because it
go
was
down.
dark and
It was dark.
yeah, yeah. So that's our story.
Well, yeah,
That's it.
that's what I wanted to get.
All right. There you go.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome.